Welcome to the Popko Project Podcast, a platform for the discussion and discovery of arts and entertainment. We focus on highlighting people and events that add value to the world around us. Visit us on all social media platforms by searching the Popko Project or visit our website at thepopkoproject.com. Welcome to the show, and thank you so much for listening. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Keller's Garden Center and Landscaping Services. Contact Keller's today and get your yard cleaned up before that dirty old man winter comes. I hate to say it, but he's on his way. The mornings are cold. They're frigid. I don't like it. I'm turning the steering wheel warmer on. I'm putting the seat warmers on. It's just miserable. But contact Keller's today. And if you're looking for snow removal services during the winter months, they can take care of that for you too. Do not break your back this winter and leave the heavy lifting to the professionals at Keller's. Family owned and operated. Their team is looking forward to serving you. Keller's Garden Center and Landscaping Services, located on Kern Street in Exeter near Blue Ribbon Dairy. Find them on social media to learn more. Live from Grinch Street Studios. My wife. She said I'm the biggest Grinch during Christmas time. My house is already halfway decorated. We've already got 4 trees up.
Wow.
Put up half the lights outside on Sunday.
Good for you.
Well done.
What's funny is my wife and I will be together for 15 years in April of next year, and so we spent probably 15 Christmases together, holiday seasons.
It's a lot of trees.
And we have fought every year. She is loves Christmas everything. You know, I've got two. When I say trees, they're not full-size trees. Like one's a full-size tree, one's a 9-foot tree, and then the other ones are smaller. But I hate it. I hate it.
Wow.
I don't like. It's just a lot of Christmas. It's a lot of, if it was something that she did on her own, I wouldn't even care. Because once it's all done, I do enjoy it. But I'm the one lugging the boxes out of the basement. Yes, I know. Poor me, making memories. What's that?
To get you involved.
Yeah, I got to do work for it. And I have to be outside, and that's the worst part, too. I can't do it.
But once it gets closer, you're all right.
Once it's done, I'm fine. It's just the whole process of thinking about having to do it. It's the process of actually doing it. But once it's done, I'm happy. But I know, poor me. Like my friends make fun of me. She's like, "Oh yeah, poor you. You have to spend time with your family and make memories and blah blah." Yeah, I guess if you look at it like that, I'm an asshole. But I don't know. I just don't like it.
Hey, you can be worse. You can be like me, living by yourself with. I might have a wreath somewhere.
That's how I used to live. I enjoyed that. It was quiet. It was peaceful.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So she thought she was cute, buying some holiday stuff recently, and then threw that up there.
I do think it's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's me.
Good one. We started a new tradition a couple years ago where on Christmas night, so December 25th, when everything's done, we burn the tree and take down all the decorations.
That sounds fun.
Everybody laughs, but it's actually great because you wake up the next morning and you don't have like that post-Christmas depression, anxiety.
Yeah. Because that sucks. That's probably even worse than setting it up. Because at least when you're setting it up, you have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Once it's over, it's like, dead of winter, nothing happens that's fun until like middle of March. Yeah, it's worst. It's the worst.
Yep.
I'm staying in Christmas hard this year. I've been listening to Christmas music already.
Oh my God. Why?
Peanuts Christmas album. Because the Peanuts Christmas album is like the vibiest thing ever made.
I guess.
That or the Carpenters.
Honestly, just regardless of it being a Christmas album, I was listening to it this morning and I was like, this might be like a very seriously important record. I don't know why. It's just fantastic.
It captures that like real poignant, like almost melancholy undertone of the holidays, which like are an important part of it, but nothing else about the commercialization of Christmas captures that.
That's it.
But somehow that did.
In music, though, not even with like just the music.
Yeah.
Just the music does it. It's like
it takes you somewhere for sure.
It's fantastic. I don't even like Christmas music that much.
When I was growing up, I enjoyed they started making these albums called A Very Special Christmas. Let's see if I can find it here. Where they featured like artists that I listened to at the time, like the Smashing Pumpkins, special, I forget. But in the meantime, welcome to the show for real, the Tribe.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Yes. So we had John Mellencamp, Sting, Run DMC, U2, Madonna.
That sounds like a bunch of heaters, honestly.
Yeah, Bon Jovi. This is my favorite one. The Very Special Christmas 3. They had the Smashing Pumpkins. They had a song called Christmas Time. That was good. Natalie Merchant, No Doubt, Sheryl Crow, Blues Traveler.
Wow.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
A very John Popper Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, Tracy Chapman. These are all. I'll have to revisit this now that I'm an adult. They had
different things.
They had 25 of these. They had Train, Jewel, Michael Bublé. Oh my God! And it doesn't end. But the Tribe. Let's get down to business. You are my first guests that I'm doing a repeat.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've gone. This will be episode 113, and I have not repeated a guest.
Damn.
Yet. Well, I did a thing for the big break, but like they were different guests each time. So the big break as an umbrella was, I guess you could say, doubled up, but I don't count that as that. You guys are like my repeat guests.
Damn.
It was almost
Thank
2 years
you.
ago. It was almost 2 years ago. It was January 30th, I believe, 2021. So it's close to 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
man.
feel like that.
Yeah, we were like right in the middle of the pandemic, I feel like. Things were weird. You guys
we
were
had just done a live stream show before that.
Yeah, you guys were set up a mile away from the computer and some sketchy internet. So I'm excited that this one. I actually went to listen to that again. We'll go with between the time that this was set up and today, and I couldn't do it.
Oh no!
It wasn't our best effort. It wasn't our best effort.
Well, we had to stay like at least 6 feet away from the camera at the time.
To fit us all.
Camera. And the camera probably had COVID, so you want to make sure you're 6 feet away. So
that's what I'm saying. And I mean, we were also in like a warehouse in Reading on like the 3rd floor of a warehouse. That's actually a pretty sweet art gallery. But
Very cool place.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm happy.
I know.
I'm happy we get to do this again. But I wanted to like listen to it to find out what we talked about at that point. I know you guys just released a new album. I think it was called Language.
Yes.
Because that was December of 2020. So we sat down January 30th of 2021. And we're back. We're back with some more new music from you guys, correct?
Yes.
That's good news.
Yes, sir.
That's good news. But there's a lot going on. Ben Travers, who I used to call Ben Travers for the longest time. I called him Ben Travers to his face. He didn't correct me. I don't know why. Just found out recently his last name is Travers. He gave me an itinerary that I must follow.
Travers, man, what a guy.
Travers. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, when I see his last name, I just go to Travers.
He was I can't see Ben correcting. He's too nice of a guy to throw that one out right there.
Well, why wouldn't he? If
It's
someone said my
actually
last
Travers.
name, yeah. Hey, guy. Well, funny story. I was interviewing Art from the band Everclear, and I said his last name wrong, and he was very quick to correct me. And I felt stupid and foolish, and but also happy. But also weird that I've been calling his or saying his last name incorrectly for 20 years.
What is his last name? I forget.
Garfunkel.
Yes, Art Garfunkel.
Yeah, that's right. That's from the band Everclear. Is Everclear? You might know what it's like.
It's Everlast.
What is the name his daddy gave him?
Oh, yeah, that's Father of Mine, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Everclear.
That's Everclear. Father of Mine, Wonderful, Santa Monica. Come on.
I'm
Smash
not a fan.
hits. No?
I just don't, I'm like literally not that I don't like them. I'm just literally I don't know. I only know that one song about the daddy problems.
Yeah. Yeah. What is his last name now? I think I was saying it's Alexakis is his name, the last name. Alex Alexakis. For whatever reason, I read that and I was saying Alexakis.
Yeah, I mean, how could you get that one wrong?
Holy shit! I got Alexa back here now talking to me. Jesus. Yeah. Alexakis is his last name. He was quick to, like I said, correct me. But Ben Travers did not correct me, so I've been calling him the wrong name for 15 years too. So that's great. We literally had a podcast together, and he didn't correct me.
I just imagine you introducing him every time wrong.
I was talking about him at work one day to some guys at Axelrad. And the guy that I was talking about Ben too, he said Travers. And I'm like, is it Travers or Travers? He's like, I think it's Travers. I'm like, buddy, I talked to him face to face and called him Travers. He didn't say a word. But in any case, Ben Travers gave me a couple 2-tree things to talk about. Not that we wouldn't anyways, but
Hopefully one of them's the band.
the band, the tribe, yes, absolutely. But it's been 2 years. Guys, what has been going on?
It's a big question.
Yeah.
A lot of years.
Does somebody want to take the floor here?
Don't all jump at once.
I'll take it.
Do it, Jordan.
We'll all cut you off as you go on.
This last 2 years has been insane. Not from a music perspective, but life perspective. Personally speaking, and a lot of different things have happened. I've gotten married, bought a house, did things like that.
Jesus, you guys grew up.
Yeah.
The kids say you're adulting.
Yes. So
Well,
that
congratulations and RIP.
and Mike got a new house too, and Chris got a new apartment. Like,
Yeah, the tribe money is good. You guys are balling. New houses, wives are expensive.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of living, I guess, and trying to make music around that has definitely been challenging. So we kind of just chipped away at new recordings, new songs, and over 2 years put this album together from like a ton of different demos. And we finally came up with a short list of ones that would potentially make the cut. And we're like, all right, this might be it. And then last 6 months or so, been really digging in on getting it dialed in and tracking and mixing and mastering and doing all that. And we're really excited about it. But the thing, the biggest obstacle, which happened about 10 days ago, is on my final exports of the album, my hard drive failed completely. So everything was lost. Everything.
10 days ago?
10 days ago.
Yeah. And you're planning on putting this album out when?
Next Wednesday.
So is that still going to happen?
Well, yeah, I think, Lord willing. So I had to, I took it to a couple computer places nearby, and they ran. First of all, no idea what happened. Like, it just failed, just shut off, and then it would power on, but it just, nothing would come out of it. So I was like, can't be true. So I plugged it in 50 times, and I'm like, one of these times it's gonna work, and it didn't. So I took it to a couple repair shops. They're like, I don't know, man. Like, it's toast. Like, you're like, I don't know what to do for you.
Did you go to the Geek Squad at Best Buy?
I tried PC Doctors, so basically a privately owned Geek Squad, and then I can't remember the name of the other place, but definitely like legit, genius level computer guys. So I was like, I trust you. This thing is fried. And then finally, one of them said, you have one option basically, and it's this place called the Clone Store. And it's this guy who is in his 70s. He's been in business for 44 years in Lake Erie. And you have to overnight it to him, and he'll take it into a clean room with like the lab gear on, dissect it, take it apart, and like a forensics lab.
No
put
way.
this thing back together like CSI.
This is amazing.
So this man has been doing that for the past 5 or 6 days, and it's not in my possession as of yet, but he somehow recovered all of the data, which all I can say is the level of professionalism was extremely high. Man was incredible to just talk to and work with, but he knew what his service was worth. And all I could say is that it was a hefty price tag. So
yikes.
We having self-produced this whole thing, and like, to avoid things like that, kind of in the hot seat, but we wanted to make sure that it was the best, best possible version of the tunes getting out there. So we're going to do a GoFundMe. Well, I made it already to try and get back some of that lost fund.
Yeah.
But if everything goes as planned, that'll be the album that we wanted everybody to hear will still be heard next Wednesday, both live and in a tracked form. So pretty nuts.
So if people are listening to this now, the record may or may not be available to stream. Let's hope it is.
My hope is that yes, that because it's like 3 to 5 days. So for 3 to 5 days from upload till like it's released on streaming platform. So I'm like usually always behind schedule with regard to stuff like this, and I was way ahead. I was feeling good when all of this happened. So now I'm not ahead.
I can't believe this.
Oh man, it hurts so bad. I don't know. It was rough, man.
What did the rest of the guys think about this? I mean, were they thinking about nailing you to a cross, or what's going on here?
No. So honestly, when Jordan said that happened, I was like, yeah, that's pretty much, that tracks. Like it's like one more thing in a long line of things that have tried to push us off course, but I have no doubt that it'll be out in a timely fashion anyways. So It's,
Yeah.
you know,
The thing about Jordan too is, he's the project leader in many senses, not all the time, but at least for studio stuff. And when he finally talks to you about an issue that's going on, he's already gone through his stages of panic and grief and anger and frustration, and he comes to you with really level-headed understanding of what's happening, why it happened, and what the options are. And pretty much from the get-go, he told us the price tag, and we were all kind of like, man, I don't know, that's insane. Like, we just like try to re-record the whole album, and like, what do we do? But I think he kind of made it clear from the beginning that he was going to do whatever to get it back because of what this album means, not only to all of us, but to him in particular as the lyricist, as the vision of the tribe. It's a really meaningful album. So I don't think anybody was really at any point. We're all kind of, what?
Jordan,
no, go ahead.
when this happened, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you had a pit in your stomach. Did you tell the guys immediately, or did you try and like how did that play out?
I definitely went through like 3 or 4 days of trying to make sure that was actually happening, because I really couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So even last year, a similar thing happened, which, like, I keep saying it's like statistical impossibility. Like, there's no chance that this could happen to me. Like, my day job, like, I work off the same drives, and I put way more hours, way more file like transfers on them, working with bigger files, video files, and all this stuff. And it never happens. Never happened. So I was like, this can't actually be real. So eventually one of these guys has got to get it figured out. One of them is going to plug it into a program and be like, oh, there's all the data. So only when it came down, once the guy gave me a quote for the clone store, I was like, oh my goodness, this is for real. Like, I don't know how it happened, but like, I have to ask. I not only have to run it past my wife, I had to run it past my grandmother. Like, I had to run it past the entire tribe. My mom, I'm trying to think, my uncle, like, everybody that had some sort of potential advice to give me, a couple friends. And the majority, what's crazy is the majority of people were just like, I was inconsolable, I guess. Like, just like, I don't know, man. Like, that's a lot of money. Or, that's a tough situation you find yourself in. Like, I don't really know what to tell you. And then my one buddy, Drew, not this Drew, but another Drew, came over the other day. He's like a good, very spiritual guy. And I told him the whole story, and I had to make a decision that day. And he was like, with zero hesitation, he's like, go big or go home. So I was like, all right.
Not his money.
Here we go, man. Yeah, like, let's do it. Because I knew that it would have bothered me forever if there was a possibility that. So I had a couple other exports of songs that weren't finished or were like demo versions. We're like, well, we could release this as that, I guess, and it would have just driven me insane forever.
Sure.
Yeah,
so,
my girlfriend, all of our girlfriends have listened to this album a lot. I like how Jordan said, most people were like, I ran it by some people too. Like, most people, that's a lot of money. Probably shit out of luck. But when I told Shannon, like, immediately, you have to get.
I think it's Mike's voice. I think like the phones just hate his voice.
Yeah.
Mikey, you should hang your head.
It was
It's all
mostly
right,
it was
bud.
mostly him last time too. I don't know if you guys know that or not. It was mostly him last time.
He told us that Shannon had a say, which was you definitely should go for it.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in the circle probably had that same vibe. I feel like I was the one that was like, nah. I was the one that was like, we could do this again in a few hours.
That's the thing though, right? Like I mean, obviously musicians and people who've recorded music before understand the length and the time it takes, but like, I mean, you guys, this isn't like a thing you go into the studio and, you know, you record in a couple hours and then, you know, call it a day. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of tweaks and different additions and all this other kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I could appreciate the fact that you guys are like, man, we kind of got to do this. My question though is like, I wonder what this guy recovers. Like what kind of shit does he recover? I don't know the price tag. You can tell me off the air if you want to, but like, imagine the shit that this guy recovers.
100%.
He's probably got Biden's kid's laptop.
He's probably I was gonna say he's at least a former G-man.
Oh, dude, this guy is so legit. I talked to him. So what was crazy is he did like 5 days of work and talked to me for about, I would say 3 to 4 hours on the phone without knowingly that I would be able to be like, I refuse like the quote, like it's just too much for me. So he just was like, he's so professional, dedicated, focused to his task. He's like, we have the tools here to do this for you. Like, and what's crazy is I looked at other avenues of where I could get this done. And it's like these huge, like corporate centers where they would be in all these clean rooms and stuff. And this guy's doing this from his home and has been for like 40 years. So like the hookup with this guy, his name is Doug, like the coolest dude ever. I remember I got off the phone and like, honestly, I was in such a low place and I called my wife and I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but like, I just met and talked to the coolest guy ever. And he made me feel okay for like 40 minutes, you know, like it was like, I don't know. It's just like this happened. He had a similar story why he started the business. It happened to him one time and he had to pay a ton of money for like one file. And he's like, this is why we do this, you know? So I can't imagine what the process was. Like he wrote it down, but like basically they take those drives apart and replace components and do all this like drilling into these different layers. Like I don't know what the heck, how it works at all, but the guy, he started in like the 70s building computers. So like, you know, peak, like think Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, like in a garage type deal, building computers. So like he had his own, like it was like Erie Computer Company or something. Like this guy is just like next level, like brilliant man. So it was like, even though he definitely got the better end of the deal, I guess, in a way. He definitely made off pretty well. He also gave me exactly what I needed and asked for. So, yeah, dude, he's a legend. I would recommend him to anybody.
He's in the band now.
He is. I sent him a t-shirt.
He's the seventh member. It's just crazy to think about. I mean, I have a hard time hitting record and hoping this like lives on my computer somewhere. I can't imagine like this guy's like, that's nuts.
Dude.
Doug's a legend.
Long story short, you guys spent 2 years in some capacity working on this album. 10 days before its release, it gets erased, technically. So anyone listening or watching or whatever you're doing, if you appreciate local music, if you appreciate musicians in general, if you appreciate creativity and the arts and all of that good stuff, if you love the tribe, please go to the GoFundMe link, which will be shared on my pages. I'm sure it's on the tribe's pages as well. Go there, donate if you can. Understand that we're close to the holidays, but I've known these guys for a long time. I'm familiar with their music, and it's always been top notch. And I can't imagine potentially losing, what you guys worked on for 2 years. So best of luck to you. I hope people listen to this. I hope they give $1 or $2 or whatever they can donate to you to recover these songs and help you guys financially stay afloat.
Thank you for saying that, man.
Thanks so much, dude.
But seriously, I mean, that's another thing. You guys have been around for, I feel like, a while, right? How many years as a band?
5.
I wanted to say 5, right? 4.
4.
Mike has gone from speaking to doing sign language.
Sign.
He has his he put up 4 fingers. Thank
Yes
you,
or
Mike.
no numbers or
Yes.
signs?
Yeah, hold up 1s and 2s.
It's
1 for yes, 2.
2018.
All right, so going on 5. We're going on 5. But so to put that in perspective too, working in a band together, especially now that there's multiple members, there's 6 total, right?
Yeah.
That's probably a different level than a 3-piece or a 4-piece. There's 6 of you. You all have different thoughts and opinions and how you might want something to sound. So, I mean, anyone who's married, Jordan, you just got married, you probably experienced your first fight or 2. Maybe not. Maybe everything's peachy, but you get the idea. So to be around, what I'm getting at is to be around for almost 5 years, working together as a unit, going through these ups and downs, and then throw a pandemic in there too. I mean, a lot of bands that were creating music during a pandemic or didn't get through it. They kind of said, hey, you know what, this isn't. We can't play, we can't perform, we can't make money doing this. I got to go, get a job doing, whatever it might be. And so what I'm getting at is it's you guys aren't a fly by night group. I mean, you guys put a lot of time and effort into everything you guys do. So Mike's sideways now.
There he is.
He's like, I don't give a shit what you're saying. I'm going sideways. There we go.
I'm trying to fix this because I want to be a part of this. That's all.
You sound better now.
You're a part of this,
Mike,
damn
you're a
it.
part
You
of it.
are.
Piebald had a song. Is it American Hearts? They said, hey, you're part of it.
You're part of
it. Perfect.
You're part of it, buddy.
Yeah. Here I am.
I'm so jealous of you right now, Mike.
Six inside, dude.
Six
inside, dude. That's the dream.
I'm jealous of SIGs in general.
SIGs at CIG.
Yeah. I had friends that used to call them jibbies. It's jibby time. Jibby time.
I like smoking a dart. I like a dart.
That's pretty cool.
Are darts cigarettes in general, or is there a certain brand?
I think so. No, I think all SIGs are darts.
Okay.
They're mutually exclusive.
I used to have friends who smoked parliaments. They call them P-Funks.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a fan.
So hopefully when this all hits the internet next week, Wednesday, what's today? The 16th?
The night of the show?
No. This is going to drop on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday.
What? Show.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. I got to get that out at least that day. I'm losing track of time. Good thing you
It's
mentioned
coming
it.
fast.
Well, I joked about decorating for Christmas already. Typically, this is actually late for us. Typically, we're like, it's Halloween and the first week of November. Now we do that because we try and catch a warm weekend in November to be outside at least. But it's seriously, you blink anymore, and it's Thanksgiving's going to happen, and then my family goes away the day after Thanksgiving, so that weekend's always shot, and then you're going to blink, and then it's going to be Christmas, and you're going to have nothing done. So that's why we do this. But when this airs, hopefully the show, regardless, the show's going to be Thanksgiving Eve, which is the 23rd. Sir. So this might drop on Tuesday, the day before, or the day of. So I'll try and get out earlier to get some more exposure and push some ticket sales. But there's a lot going on around this show. Not only is the new music hopefully out. It's it used to be the biggest party night of the year back in the day. Not so much anymore. Kids don't drink anymore. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I'm not saying you need to drink to have a good time, but like, I mean, people used to go out on Thanksgiving Eve just to go out.
Yeah.
And there was Murray's Inn and Wilkes-Barre and like there's all these places. The Woodlands always did something. Like people were out and drinking and driving, which is not a good thing. But like now we have Ubers. Like get an Uber, go out, have a good time.
Yeah.
You know? But you're doing a Thanksgiving Eve show at the River Street Jazz Cafe. The River Street Jazz Cafe is back.
Oh, heck yeah, it is.
Back. It's back.
667 River Drive.
Yeah, I don't know who does all the booking there. Obviously, Ben Travers has his hand in some of the things. But just a lot of good local music. I keep saying every time I talk about the Jazz Cafe, it's been around for, I should probably know this by now, but it's been around for a long time. But it had this stigma of, this jazz club and jam bands and things like that. But there's been a lot of like good local music that's a wide variety. We had University Drive there and these clever foxes there, those clever foxes.
I have some of my Philly friends trying to book the Jazz right now.
Yeah, it's a great venue. It's a good space. It's a good room. You can pack the place. It feels good. Even if there's not a lot of people, it still feels like there's people there. So talk a little bit about the show and what people can expect.
So wait, is this our third Jazz Thanksgiving Eve? It's not our third Jazz show. We played the Jazz one 3 times, but
We played Thanksgiving night once. This is our second Thanksgiving Eve.
oh, so
Thanksgiving Eve.
So this is becoming a little bit of a tribe-y tradition to play the Jazz around Thanksgiving. And then I don't know if the first time we did a food drive, I think last year was the first actual official. We did do it the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a food drive involved too.
Yes. And so if the
very
tribe plays the Jazz in and around Thanksgiving, there's also a food drive going on. So I don't know if the first time we did it, there was like a deal, on tickets, brought a can, they took some money off your ticket. I'm not sure what the details are, believe it or not, but yeah, I mean, there's been both Thanksgivings, we had a hefty drop off of cans, which actually is extremely satisfying to be able to actually do something good with the night, besides, throw down at the Jazz.
Now, are you guys tied into the tribe and Thanksgiving Eve? Is there a thing behind that?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? The tribe.
I think I
Thanksgiving.
don't think that was ever intentional.
I know.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I think it ties into the brand well, though. Like
Sure.
people associate Thanksgiving with, being with people you love and being thankful for, sharing what you're thankful for and all that. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of thankfulness and gratitude surrounding, I call it the tribe community. There's a lot of people in the tribe now at this point, whether it's people we book with or people we do interviews with frequently that we consider friends. And it just feels like we're all kind of part of the same thing, which is just, having a good time, helping out if we can and staying connected and, just a nice thing. So I think it's certainly on brand to be playing Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
there's certainly more than just 6 members of the tribe.
Yeah.
Like Static in the Attic, who's opening for us that night, they're in the tribe. They're certainly in the tribe. But yeah, it's also a good opportunity for us to play locally, which we don't tend to do very much throughout the year. So
We did.
with
We
the
probably-
whole stuff, family and friends.
We probably did our most local shows this past year, and we didn't really do that many.
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind that, or it's just kind of how it works out?
I mean, I think it's just like And I don't know. I'm not local. I'm in Philadelphia right now. These guys are in the NEPA crew. So I just think it's really like all the places are good and worth playing, and we love playing them, and we have great times. Like we had a great time at the V Spot last time we played it. But there's just like, you play them all, and then unless you're gonna hit them all again in like a month and a half, you gotta space it out a little bit.
Yeah, I think especially nowadays, because I mean, like I said just before, people aren't going out. They want to kind of like have a reason to, and a special event, and
I think
things
that's
like that.
that's
So
it too, is like we're always trying to make it more. I mean, not in a way to bribe people to come out or something like that, but just like we want it to be like the best. Like we went from playing, I think when we first started playing, we were playing the Jazz like maybe 4 or 5 times in a year.
Yes.
And now, like, all right, it's Thanksgiving Eve at the Jazz and that's it. And when we come there, like, if it's not a new album, like, well, actually, we've only done it twice. So it's been an album.
And a documentary.
Oh yeah. So like whatever it's going to be is going to be something big, and then like new merchandise and stuff. Like we have a ton of new merchandise that we worked on, and like just bigger ideas, in the hopes that people get their fill for an entire year, and then if they want to hear come up to the V Spot or something. Like that's the thing. Like Wilkes-Barre is the hub. Like that's the hometown. I think, even though really only 3 of us are from Kingston, Wilkes-Barre area, but it's just become like, River Street Jazz Cafe is home. So we hit it once a year now and make it the best it could possibly be, and then charge up for the next year. And so
and it's cool. It's like we get to do, every band wants to be able to run a show and put a show together. But at the same time, we're trying to play in Bethlehem a lot, or Reading a lot, or New York City a lot, different places to get followings. And we've had some success with that. We're not at a stage, maybe we are in Bethlehem or something, but where we could like put on a show and pick up the acts and make it a big deal. So this is what we want to do and what we want to be doing. We get to do it with a show like this because, and because of the fact that we're playing locally less, it's kind of the idea of, instead of having 10, 15 people that come to every show that you play locally, once a month, you're playing locally twice a year and you get, 50, 70, 100 people. And it's cool. It's the way shows should be, a big deal. And it's hard to do that when you're playing shows every week, and it's hard to make every show a big deal. So when you have the opportunity, you got to go all out. And that's
I think a lot of bands, even like, mid 2000s and things like that, they felt that they had to play every weekend and kind of within a 15 or even 10-mile radius of where they kind of called home. And that was the biggest problem. Like, the first few shows may have done well, but then they wonder like, oh, like, this is our 5th time playing this venue or 5th time in this city in the past, 8 weeks. And, people they stop showing up. Well, why? Like, it's like, well, people, they've seen what you're doing. Like, they get it. Like, you have to kind of expand your reach. And I think it took a long time for bands to really understand that and really kind of embrace that, I guess that fear almost. Like, I think bands got like, this is our hometown and people are going to support us, and, afraid to kind of go outside the comfort zone. So it's been neat to kind of see, over the past like 5 years or so, bands start to really like understand the fact that they have to play outside of where they're from.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Mikey. You go.
Well, like I say, it's cool too, because like I think what you want, like when you're dreaming it up in your head, is you want to get these people that will come out to every show, and that's the idea. Like they're your fans, so you know, I'll play every weekend. They're gonna come to every show because they're a super fan. It's not really realistic, you know. I love music, but there's not a band I'm gonna go see every weekend. But at the same time, we do like there are more than a handful of people that, you know, will come to almost every show, unless it's like a 4-hour drive for them or something. So I don't know. It's like we're trying this experiment out, and we're having some success with it, and we're also still kind of getting a taste of, you know, the people who look at music the way it used to be looked at, and the way we look at music, and that kind of respect and obsession that we have with it. So I don't know. It's been a rewarding experience in that regard.
Andy, you were going to say something?
I think I was just going to say that I think when it comes to NEPA and maybe the Lehigh Valley is my parallel, but I'm sure a lot of these guys and the other two guys probably approaching triple digits on some of these venues.
For sure.
As far as times played, you know, Tribe is definitely double digits on a few of them. And that's not really good or bad. I mean, we like it and we'll play all the time at most places. But that's just like the perspective of like, I kind of just want to go to New England. So I'm going to try and book us to New England in the spring. That's like where I'm at with, you know, where we're playing, how often. But I mean, I don't know. There are places that sort of sprout up as unlikely headquarters, like Reading.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bethlehem.
That's the strange thing is like we'll go to certain places, certain towns, you know, with no real expectations. I mean, we traveled a lot, especially in like the second and third year. We were going everywhere, like up until the pandemic. Is any place that would have us, like we would string together a list of shows and go and play. And just some places just, it's weird. It's like intuitively, like you would just understand, like this is a spot that we're coming back to. This is a spot that the people are like, they're just getting down with whatever the heck we're doing. Not totally sure what we're doing, but like they get it and they want more of it. So I think we're trying to, you know, even though there seems to be a science to this a little bit, I think kind of go with our gut on a lot of it moving forward. Is like, well, if it doesn't feel like this one, that one, and that one, where the people are like show up and they like have a true love for the music and the ideas and the community, then maybe we'll just not play it. Like, because in the beginning it's like accept everything. Somebody's willing to pay you to play original music, like what the heck, man, like let's go do it. So now it's been like, well, get paid to make original music and play original music, but also provide this place for the community to grow, I guess. You know,
it's tough too because this area, like, you know, we're talking about NAPA, like a lot. There's not a lot of venues. There's not the venues there were 5-10 years ago. So, what are some of your favorite venues that you've played over the course of the past few years? I mean, I keep hearing about like new places popping up, or you hear like about spots in like Harrisburg and Mechanicsburg and even, you know, Philly.
So this is not NEPA centric, like in general. What are the favorites?
Yeah.
I love
Funhouse.
it. Yeah,
Funhouse.
Yeah,
Funhouse.
Funhouse is the best.
Yep. It's just so wacky, and
It's like the tiniest little place. Like you'd be surprised how we even fit ourselves in there, and it just seems like the most unlikely place to have live music. But it ends up being the most wild show. Like.
Yeah, it's really great energy.
I had like a straight up like 3D experience there one night, completely sober. Saw myself at the Funhouse playing with the Tribe, and I was like, "This place is weird." And then we all stood outside and like looked at each other at like 2:30 in the morning, like, "What the fuck was that?"
It's also Sigs Inside.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sigs Inside.
That's totally true. So Funhouse definitely has like some weird voodoo going on, which in a good way. And the lady that books the Funhouse is just like the sweetest person on earth. So I have to call her. You only book with her via phone. You leave her a message, and then she calls you back a few days later and lets you know what she has.
That's sweet.
She's
I
awesome.
wonder if there's a gas leak there, because I also had an out-of-body experience when we were playing.
Dude, if there was a gas leak in there, that place would have gone up like 100 times over
No,
with the amount of
Sigs, like,
Sigs.
the Sigs burn it off real slowly, so it's not like a.
My
explosive.
grandparents came one night that we played the Funhouse. My like 80-year-old grandmother and grandfather, and they toughed it out. They toughed out the Sigs Inside. That was the first thing they said was I can't believe people are smoking in here. And then they just troopered it out for like us. I think they were there for like a solid set and a half.
Even to this day, Sigs Inside?
Oh hell yeah. That's Funhouse tradition.
Post COVID? Like I mean, I thought COVID
probably during COVID.
especially during COVID.
Funny, yeah, dude. They moved a pool table out of their space to provide for more people to squeeze into this spot.
That's amazing.
COVID. Like it is about as tight as you could possibly pack people into a room.
That's awesome.
But I don't know, man. Yeah, something like I remember after COVID happened, I was like thinking about particularly the Funhouse, like there's no chance we'll ever be back. And I remember we came back. It might have still been 2020. I'm not sure.
I think it might have been like late 2020 or early 21 that we went back.
I remember we were all kind of like, should we really play the Funhouse right now?
Yeah. But we did.
Yeah, no.
I think the
game of it, I guess.
I think the like, if I had to say like playing Brooklyn Bowl was like a little surreal. That was like, that doesn't necessarily count as like a venue or like, you know, I mean, I guess it does, but not on the same. That one was like, are we actually going to go in there and play?
Yeah.
Like, looking at who's on the wall, like next to you, like who's playing there on Tuesday night. It's like, oh, the Roots are here on Thursday. And it's like, oh shit. That one was cool. I mean, the spots in Reading are cool. I love playing the Distillery, even though that is just a crazy setup for a gig because you're like up on a balcony, like overlooking everybody, which is sweet. It's just like you have your own sort of like entire floor. I'm trying to think.
I think for me, although they're not really venues, what I've really been enjoying, especially this last summer, has been the festival circuit that we've been doing. We did Briggs Blues Fest, which was just incredible to play this an hour before Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Yeah, that was wild.
Are you kidding me? Like, and we did Pine Ridge up in Albrightsville, which was we did that twice. We did their fall one too. That was a really good fest, and I know we're looking to get on that circuit a little bit more next summer as well.
Oh, Shy Bear Brewing. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's another
Turkey Hill Brewing in Bloomsburg. Bloomsburg. That's definitely
a spot.
John and Peters in New Hope. It's like it's a mix between either it's like these really like great food, like great management, like great beer, like really well run establishments, and then just like I don't even know, man, just like the hole in the wall, like rock and roll, like I don't know, like I can't even explain it. Just like
very authentic to the experience that I would imagine many musicians like in a way idealize, but then you play 100 or 200 or 300 crappy shows in crappy places, and you kind of start to lose that sense of that magic. But there still really are these hole in the wall places that can fit 20, 30 people, and you know they might not be much to look at, but if you look a little closer, there's some real character built in, and you can tell some shit's gone down there over the years. And you play and you can feel it. You can feel that there's a special sort of magic maybe just lingering there from all the great experiences that have been had or something. But yeah.
Bitter End in NYC.
Eat shit, Mike. I got a cat too.
There you go.
I think we've definitely found our spots and like latched on to them.
That's cool. I hear like Dobbs on Souths keeps popping up. I feel like, you ever hear the Milk House in Philly?
Yeah.
No. We play the Grape Room down here. That's usually our spot down here.
Milk Boy.
Milk Boy, maybe. Yeah.
We've done that.
We played there. Yeah.
I was there once, like downstairs at the bar, and I just I felt like that was a place you guys would play.
Yeah. We were there.
That's upstairs, right?
Yeah.
I broke a string during our show there and took an entire song and a half to put it back on, and it was like traumatizing.
Didn't we play with this like surfer rock band?
I think so. There was I thought it was like a roots rock kind of like Americana thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm mixing it up because I played there with another band I was in, but yeah.
No, it was like a guy. It was booked as well, he had a band, but it was like I think his name was like Keith or something.
Keith Star.
And his all-star band. But I think the Grape Room is like the Philly tribe. I think. I don't know.
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah, the Grape Room in Manayunk is like, it's another one that has the historic kind of like feel to it. Kind of a smell built in.
Like there was
History,
former Sigs inside of the Grape Room for sure. Like you used to be able to rip a pack.
That's basically all. That's our criteria. Like,
yeah,
it's either like no cans, no cigs on the premises, or cigs inside. That's the only two options. No in between.
That's funny. That's funny. So the new album, how many songs is it?
Well, 13 if they all were recovered. 13.
13.
And potentially a bonus, but I'm not sure about that.
That's a good effort. 13.
Yeah.
There was more than that even.
We have a bunch that are like right on the chopping block that are like, well, is it worth putting them on, or is it worth, ironing out these ideas further? So we definitely have an idea about moving forward with content making, and we're taking off the winter. So we're going to try and have, I don't know, kind of this, again, the community that's growing, have some kind of say in what we're doing. So we have a bunch of ideas that are incomplete and unfinished, and putting them out there in some sort of format so people could be like, hey, that one's cool. Maybe, pursue that a bit further. So that's at least the idea in theory. So following this album, which I should probably say the name of the album, a formal announcement. It hasn't been said yet. We've been teasing it for a while, but it's called Big Stuff. So,
all right. Or it's no stuff. We'll see.
Or it's no stuff.
Or it's just delayed stuff.
Delayed stuff.
I hope it's not no stuff.
It's not really possible for it to be no stuff at this point. There's still stuff.
Right.
It's got to be big stuff. Yeah. If it's like not big stuff, then it'll just be called stuff. Like we're not
here's some shit. Here's some shit. Yeah.
I think the name is fitting though, because all the songs are like a little weird. I don't want to say weirder because that makes people think that you're making like avant-garde.
Yeah.
They're not weirder, but they're just like a little denser, a little more meat on the bone.
They're involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
they're not as shiny.
I think with language, we went in like a different direction as far as production and straying away from like a jam band way of writing. Like we would jam to write, but we wouldn't be trying to jam for 10 minutes. We'd be trying to jam for 2 minutes to get these little nuggets out. And then, I think Carl and Angelo have just, grown so much and finding their place in the band since then. That's probably the biggest difference, is that you can just feel their just very focused impact throughout the record. And not to say that they weren't impactful on the last one, because they were, but they were kind of used like more in a sampley sort of way, which was kind of always been our intent and our approach. But this time I just feel like their involvement is a lot more nuanced. And so, like Andrew said, there is more meat. It's the same guys. It's the same kind of approach or texture to how we're, making our music sound. But we've just grown a lot in 2 years. So the music has.
Yeah.
People will say that you should not do that. Just do what you've been doing. Don't evolve. Don't be creative.
I think that we have always done what we're doing. And I think that naturally, like just in life, like if you're good at something, you're going to get better. You're going to grow, through different angles of it, because that's how you become, more whole at the whole thing, which is if you're good at something, it's because you respect it and you're trying to get good at it. So to be ignorant of growing in one way or embracing something is just silly. Like if the intent is there and the vision is there, we're always going to be the Tribe. We honestly feel like we could make any song the Tribe, and I've heard us make any song sound like the Tribe. So, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
sure.
hopefully my sarcasm came through with that.
Sorry.
We actually have a song that we're working on. That'll be out in the next few months, I'm sure.
Is it a country
single?
Country. Yeah, we do.
We're like, what the heck, man? Like that one's actually, I don't know. We just decided to play it. Like it started out during a rehearsal. And we're like, oh shoot,
this is sick.
Country song. Why not?
I just hate when people get so angry. Their favorite band or a band they like is just like, oh, this doesn't sound like the last album. It's like, why the fuck should it?
I think it very much still sounds like us.
Sure.
But I think it definitely doesn't sound, I just think sonically, like it's just a little more grimy and like, it's kind of what I've always thought we were going to sound like to begin with. So I'm pretty hype about it. It just comes from, I think a lot of the production choices that Jordan makes. I'm not going to speak for you, Jordan, but a lot of the things that I love about the music we make is just like, it's all rooted in this like really grimy 90s hip hop production that I love so much. And there's like so much of that on this record. Like there's so much of it that I was cheesing at every turn.
Well, I think Ben said that it's a funk party at the Jazz.
Funk party.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Always.
So that sounds fun.
That's just a regular Tribe gig.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know that I've had the actual pleasure of seeing you guys perform.
Oh man, what are you doing?
That's the
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say, what do you got going on Thanksgiving Eve?
So Thanksgiving Eve, we every year. So I'm married. I have 2 children, but for the longest time now, it's like I do my mom's house on Thanksgiving Eve, and then we do the in-laws' house. Well, my in-laws, my wife's parents, on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm running around like crazy. I'm working till 5 on that Wednesday, running home, getting the kids together, packing the bags, getting to my mom's house, who lives about an hour away from where we live. It's a whole thing. By the time I get there, it's time for bed.
We
I'd
don't
rather
play
just-
till 10:30. So
I'd rather just do that. But no, it's an hour away, so we stay there. So we stay overnight.
oh, shoot.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Then we wake up early, go home, start cooking dinner for the in-laws. It's a whole thing.
We'll see you at 10:30.
I would love to. It was who just played at the Jazz Cafe? It may have been the Black Sabbath tribute band. Like, oh yeah, come by.
Yes.
For
For Halloween.
Halloween. Yes, I was busy that night too. I was judging a Halloween costume party at Montage Mountain.
That sounds sick.
It was a lot of fun. $5,000 cash prize.
Who won?
This guy labeled himself as this Batman with wings, and I don't know where he got that from. No clue. He looked like nothing like Batman. I don't know where that correlation.
He won
candy.
$5,000.
Well, he went. So they say 5,000. So the winner was 3,000. Then the second place was 1,500. And then like there was like third, fourth, and fifth. They got like lower denominations. But
Wow.
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like Elvis or Freddy Krueger or
No. There was a guy with God damn it. Iron
obviously
Man.
wasn't that good of a costume. You
Iron
didn't
Man.
even
Iron Man.
remember it.
Iron Man. There was this guy. He was probably 10 feet tall. He had a 10-foot tall costume on. It took him 30 minutes just to like get into it. They went all out.
Try hard.
Yeah. So unfortunately, long story short, I will not be able to make it to your show at the Jazz
That's
Cafe
okay.
on Thanksgiving Eve. I would love to. Don't tell anyone this. Luckily, my wife won't listen to this, and neither will my mother or my children. I'd rather be at the Jazz Cafe.
Oh, well, thank you for your sentiment.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thanks
Don't
for
tell
having
them that.
me.
Don't tell them that.
I won't.
But most importantly, I hope the music. I mean, has any of it been recovered yet?
Technically, yes, but
Okay,
it's
that's
not
good.
in my possession.
But that's
So
good. That's
he's
good
saying-
news.
Yeah, he's had that access to the files. So I will know for sure once I like get them, open them up in Logic and see hopefully that nothing was wrong. So
All right.
um,
All right. Fingers crossed.
yes.
Album will be released on Wednesday, the 23rd of November.
And we're
Just-
going to be playing the songs from that record that night too. So
I was going to ask you all of them or just a few or what's the deal?
Hopefully.
All of them. Let it
Yeah,
rip.
we-
Let it rip.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's been decided. All of them.
Yeah, I guess we
We
are.
have to now. Yeah. It has been said.
That would be on pace for the Jazz. Just trial by fire
Yeah.
for the
let it rip.
tribe.
Yeah. And is this the last show of the year
I think it is.
for the
Yeah.
tribe? Yeah.
So.
Wrapping it up at the Jazz Cafe.
Yeah, it's been a fight, an internal struggle to not take anything else. But Jordan has a soundstage built in his basement, so we're gonna go use that for a few months.
That's cool.
And
I was going to say, how do you plan on promoting the record once it's released without any like dates lined up immediately?
I think that's what we're going to do is just record stuff here, make some content. We have some ideas like outside of just live performances, like a bit more video based things, so that's my general daily line of work. So I'm excited to be able to do some more of that. Just kind of free up some space, honestly. Like we had to cancel a show, our return to New York City a couple of weeks ago at Rockwood. Like I had gotten sick and it was like this huge, unfortunate turn, but then like kind of made us rethink the whole approach going forward. Like, man, this is a lot of grinding and not a lot of, we haven't had much time to be able to work on stuff and write stuff because we're always going, always going. So I think we need a time to slow down and refocus, and hopefully people just keep listening to the album. I think that it's worth, a couple listens to really work out what's going on, what's being said. It's a bit more, I think, dense than past work. So I don't know.
It's big stuff. It's big stuff.
Big stuff.
Exactly.
Big stuff.
Cool. Well, I'm excited. I wish you had it to share with me early.
I know.
I was actually going to ask you, like, I'm like, hey, can I like get some songs early just to kind of get a feel for it? I'm glad I didn't ask because that would have been a sore spot.
Well,
Yeah, it's not possible, unfortunately.
Yeah, we just spent an hour talking about how sad it is right now. But the tribe needs your help. If you are listening or watching this, GoFundMe link on my pages, on the tribe's pages, help these guys rebound from their unfortunate situation.
How are we even talking about this right now?
I'm the picture you painted in my head, and for me, it's just like this guy, like you said, with gloves on, like eye protection, like a hairnet.
Oh, he definitely has PPE.
Yeah, like he's just CI shit, like or CSI shit, like you said. Like it just. I got
it. Turned out to be really big stuff, man. Like that makes it so much better.
Yeah, you gotta share
an
that
average record
off the air. I'm curious.
It's just nuts, man.
Well,
we were set, to go like on our biggest run of shows on the last week of February of 2020.
Okay.
So like we literally canceled like our biggest run of shows the week of COVID. So this is why I was like, yeah, when Jordan said this, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
sure.
What else can we endure? I think like a lot of our like time as a band, as like a unit playing music, which is supposed to be hard, has been extraordinarily easy and fulfilling. That we gotta pay somehow, So
you get along too well, it's too easy.
That's exactly it. If there wasn't this, then game would be rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tribe is cursed.
Oh no. We're all like, no, tribe's not cursed. Don't say that.
Maybe the next album will go smoothly, no issues.
I mean, there is a long-going joke, like a long-running joke that we're getting cosmically fucked with, at every turn. So I don't know if that counts as a curse.
What have you guys done wrong in the past?
I think there's just a lot of energy in the tribe, not to get real hippie about it, but the six of us, together are pretty nuts. So something has to do something about it.
Yeah, the first thing that tipped us off was when we went on PA Live. And dude, if we could find the clip. We went on PA Live and we like it's the funniest song that we chose to play to, like click into it. And the only thing that went through was the sax. So it's like us jamming, but all you hear is like two sax notes, just like I wish you could hear it.
And then they cut really hard.
Yeah, like it was
so bad,
outrageous. I wish I could got to find that clip though, but I don't know if we have access to it even.
They were on the mixing end. They were trying to mix all of our channels through that one output of the sax microphone. So like it was just like randomly enormous, like ripping, like just 2 or 3 notes, and you could just see the looks on all their faces, like they were just so confused
and scared. And then we were like,
we were ripping too, because it was like it started off and everybody's like feeling it. We're like, oh man, we could do this. We could do the live TV thing. And then like I remember, because I like most of the time my eyes are closed as soon as a song begins. And I remember opening them and like seeing 5 faces like panicking, like stop, dude. It's all sax.
It's not even. I can't find it on YouTube. I can't find it on the PA Live.
No, that's been burned from the internet.
They buried it.
I have a copy that is a video of a TV that my fiance took on Snapchat. I just have like a video that Taylor took of the like 2 seconds that we played and then cutting a commercial.
Oh, we got to post that just out of.
There you go.
It's rough, dude.
You should be like, this is the tribe recording the newest album.
Yeah. Honestly. So like we didn't even know each other that well at all. And we're like, all right, we'll just go on TV and play. And then it had nothing to do with us. Like, and it was probably an accident on their part. Like, it's not like any of us were like pissed or anything. We were just like, what the heck?
What the heck?
It's funny.
I've played that PA Live before with a couple other acts, and like, Yeah, it's like 2 microphones and like that's it. No matter what size band or what instrument you have, like they're not very well equipped to, like, you're a TV channel. Like, how do you not have that? Yeah,
PA Live, we want answers.
I mean, seriously.
I'm sure you'll be invited back now.
Somebody respond in the comments section.
Dude, there's no way we would have gone back at all after the first time. Even not necessarily from our choice, but I don't think us or them want to experience anything like that ever again.
Well, to be fair, they are in the process of or have revamped their entire studio.
Oh, really?
So maybe it's time. Maybe it's
the
time
week after the Tribe played.
Maybe no, just recently. Maybe you guys need to reverse the curse. Go back to where it all started.
Oh my God!
Kill it on PA Live. Rachel Malik, Chris Bohinski. Let's get these guys back on PA Live. Reverse the curse. Let's go.
Whoa, maybe you're onto something, man.
It's a great idea.
Well, last time I had that logic didn't work out. Last time I had the logic actually just popped up. It was in March like 13ish. It was a Friday. So Friday the 13th, March 2020 is around the time that COVID kind of like really became a thing and the world shut down. So then Friday the 13th came again that same year in October. So I was like, maybe, what started it, Friday the 13th will end it in 2020. Didn't happen that way. But yeah. Maybe
that was so optimistic.
Go back to where it started. Reverse it, go there, kill it, and then everything. Go back there next week. The files will magically just appear. The money that you spent will be magically refunded into your account.
I think Drew said it perfectly. If we had any more good fortune come our way, we might not do anything. We might just be so like entitled and like, oh, everything's fine, everything's going great, that we might not try as hard to, play well or make good music or whatever. So these weird little things happen to us just to keep us in line.
Yeah,
that's life.
It's good.
We can't all be singers.
I disagree with this. I think we should go on PA Live. Let's go there for Wednesday.
Look, you make it happen, I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be in Wilkes-Barre. I'll be Wilkes-Barre Tuesday night. We'll shoot PA Live. We'll check. We'll do a sound check first.
Yeah.
Chris,
and then
I don't think they've done.
No, I have no hard feelings about PA Live. I was just.
I know
stating
you. I know you.
I've had that happen with other bands too.
I know you. I don't think that they have music anymore. It's probably because
we
of the
ruined
Tribe.
that.
Yeah, you guys fucked it up.
Yeah, we ruined that.
Way to go. Way to ruin a good thing.
That was so mortifying.
That's funny. Let's end it on that.
Okay.
Let's end it on that.
If I could find the clip, if I could find it right now, I'd send it to you just so we could go out on it. But it's gonna take some digging.
Yeah, it's fine. Send it to me. I still want to see it. I do want to see it.
This is like the most pessimistic, optimistic podcast.
It's been great. We covered everything. We covered everything. It was.
Is the itinerary clear?
Yeah, is Travers happy with?
Hold on, let me double check it. I don't want to get lashed at all. All right, well, we'll do a quick recap. We'll cover everything again real quick. Wednesday night, November 23rd, Thanksgiving Eve, the Tribe at the Jazz Cafe. In addition to the show, it's also a food drive. So we don't exactly know what that entails, but like bring food.
Your cans.
Bring some cans, bring some food. You might get $5 off your ticket. You might get a free ticket. You might get $2 off a ticket. Maybe there's a wheel. You could spin the wheel. And
that's a good idea.
Whatever. Yeah. You brought a can. Yeah, that's what you should do. Prize wheel, right? You have like free ticket, $1 off, $2 off.
We just want to make a big ass donation on Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
That's all we want to do.
Yeah, times are tough, man. I feel like every year we're constantly like, obviously there's always people suffering. There's always, people with misfortune and things like that. So it's cool when people can kind of who are in better situations in good situation. We can kind of help give back. So it's cool what you guys are doing. Second annual party at the Jazz Cafe, Funk Party, food drive, November 23rd, Jazz Cafe in Plains on River Street. Fingers crossed. We have music streaming on the streaming services from the tribe. If you're listening or watching this, just go there. Just look for it. Search for it. If it's not there, listen to something else by the tribe. Get ready for the big stuff. But guys, I'm still in shock that happened. But like you guys said, it wouldn't be the tribe if you guys weren't overcoming some obstacles. So I have no doubt. I have faith in Doug from the Clone Store and Lake Erie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lake Erie. To get Doug
Give
back.
it up for Doug.
Yeah.
Get Doug on
Fuck
this
yeah,
thing. I
Doug.
want to talk to Doug. Doug.
So do I, actually.
I want to know what you found. I want to know what he's found on
I'm
computers.
surprised he hasn't called me actually during this whole thing.
That would have been good. That would have been awesome if he called you.
I'd like-
Hey, Doug, what's up? We're actually talking about it right now. Give me some good news.
Doug will be credited on the record as a forensic scientist.
Are you guys going to release any physical copies of that, like vinyl or CDs, or is it strictly digital?
Probably by spring we'll be looking at vinyls, but not right now. We'll have some USBs.
We're thumb driving it.
That's cool. I like that.
I got them right here.
Very cool.
There's
Yeah,
nothing on them.
I guess all things considered, vinyl and the expense that itself is probably not in the question, considering all the money you guys have spent to recover the song. So again, go to the GoFundMe page, donate if you can. Let's get these songs. Let's get these guys back out on the road. Get these guys out of the red. I'm in business. I should know.
Yes.
Get them to black. Let's go.
Yeah, we're not asking for green.
Yeah, we just like to be, let's break even. Let's cut that deficit in half at least. All right.
Yes.
Any little bit counts.
There'll be a link to the GoFundMe very
for
shortly.
sure.
Thanks,
Well, guys,
John.
thank you very much for doing this. Pleasure. My first repeat guests.
Thank you, man.
It sounded
Yeah, thank you.
fantastic this time, minus Mike for half of it. He came back strong though. He came back strong. He came back with a cat. That's good news.
He's a finisher.
Yeah, he came back strong with a cat too. That's good. But
All right, boys.
big
Have enough
stuff.
job.
Big stuff. November 23rd. Let's do it.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
guys. All right. Take care. We'll see you later.